everybody. It is a beautiful day here on the rancho. I'm so happy to be home. Me and my husband just dropped off the kids to school. We grabbed fresh tortillas, fresh verdura. I think I'm gonna make calabacitas con queso today. And then everybody's making chicharrones in the street. So I'm gonna show you that right now. So we're gonna have rice, calabacitas, which is zucchini and cheese, and then chicharrones, which is like deep fried pork.
Chicharrones or carnitas.
Or carnitas. They're so good, you guys. And they only make them about once every 2 weeks or once a week.
Lorena makes them twice a week, so she'll make them Wednesday and Saturday.
And they make them a fire right in the middle of the road, and they cook them fresh. It is so cool, you guys. So we're gonna bring these in, and then I'm gonna go grab some of those. So we just put those in, and before we grab chicharrones or carnitas, we have to go talk to the person up the road who makes custom-made windows here.
Bien chinga ya, qué bueno. Bueno y malo.
Es frío que ya estás tomando coca, te preparas.
Aquí metes uno de arriba y ya de aquí es de cuenta que si esto es la ventana va a quedar así la ventana ya. Y aquí empieza el arco así y la dala te queda aquí.
Sí. El problema es que esta es la ventana de 2 metros. Haz de cuenta que va a empezar de 50 centímetros y luego va a correr así. Y yo quería meterle 2 alas aquí antes del arco, pero no sabemos cómo hacerle si estuviera mejor, porque acaba de terminar la última ala.
Yo de arriba.
Así.
Abajo y arriba.
Pero no sé cómo hacerle aquí. O si rellenar la...
No, pues allá de la orilla nomás.
Nomás en las orillas, ¿cómo
No,
dónde
las
sí?
orillas, y ya de aquí se desplaza el arco del ladrillo. ¿Verdad? Así.
Alright guys, so those are the people for our windows, and I'm going to let my husband explain it a little bit better, but what we're trying to do is strengthen it, I believe, like around the windows, correct?
So basically we're trying to add several belts with steel and cement that'll go around the whole house, and that'll keep it from opening up, because that's what that black clay does. Once it dries up, it tends to crack, but then when it gets wet, it'll swell, and that'll act like pressure on the walls. So I'm trying to add more belts all the way around the house, weld them all in steel, and then encase them in cement. The problem is how tall our windows are. So we obviously can't put a beam through the window. So we have to figure out a way to connect all of it around the windows and around the arch. So right now she's gonna make a mold for the arches, because all the windows about measure the same, and we just gotta keep laying brick down.
And then I think they started laying brick yesterday, so that was the reason we had to hurry up on the windows and getting this mold, because when you're laying the brick you have to leave an empty space, correct, for the ventanas.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge gigantic problem, it's just problem solving. How can we make sure we're building this correctly and strengthening around the windows? Because
I think the problem is that I just don't have any experience like building like this. Like, I understand what they're saying, but it has to make sense to me that we're actually adding strength and not just adding material.
right. And then she also mentioned that we have to do it correct, because some people have the problem of their windows sagging, she said.
No, so when you pour it, say you make the mold out of wood, that wood will get wet from the water that's in the cement. And then that wood will start sagging. So you'll have, once it starts sagging, the rest of your windows are going to sag because it's in the mold. You know what I'm saying? So, and that just makes it, not only does it not look good, but it makes it harder for the people that are going to install the windows. Because now you don't have like a true arch, you have an arch that's sagged on one side.
Ah, I see what you mean. Okay. So hopefully we get it all figured out. We're almost home, and my mother-in-law, her puppies can slip through the gate, so they're out in the street right now running after other dogs. Babies, so you need to go back inside. Oh, you're a noy baby. Alright guys, so my husband went home to talk to the workers about the mold for the ventanas, for the windows. And I'm going to pick up chicharrones, but my mother-in-law is already here. You got the chicharrones? Oh, she's selling eggs. ¿Qué es, Jackie? Este.
Es el riñón.
Okay, adios. Alright you guys, and they make the chicharrones early in the morning. It smells so good if you've ever been camping and when everybody gets up and starts making breakfast. That's what it smells like. So they still kind of have the fire lit, and then they put this huge pan up here and it makes the chicharrones, and it smells so good. But my mother-in-law said we already have some at the house. She grabbed some, so adios. Alright guys, so my mother-in-law is going to hang out here for a minute. I got to get home and started on breakfast. So here are the chicharrones from the butchers. So before we get started on the carnitas and the lunch, I want to show you guys how the house is coming along real quick. And it is super beautiful out this morning. Hi, baby puppies. I don't know if everyone remembers all the beautiful grass we had growing. My husband, that made him so sad. He's like, how can I avoid it? But we couldn't. Hi, Rockford. Good morning. I have the sweetest dogs. Look, I didn't even call for them. They just come to say hi to me in the morning. Hi, Chica. Hi, Rockford. Oh, why is that?
Well, because originally we were just going to cut these.
Uh-huh.
We were going to cut these and then put another beam there with a cement beam, and then put your window on top of that.
Uh-huh. But now you can't.
We'd have to tear the whole thing out.
Aquí es donde vive, aquí bájalo en la 160, la ventana, la ventana. Quitamos este, ya para no hacer doble castillo, lo pasamos, este lo ponemos acá, lo vale, y ya que me diremos otro, si no va a quedar aquí, le quedamos 160, no va a quedar la ventana.
You can cut this right here.
Yeah, 3 rows down.
Uh-huh. To make a beam.
To make a cement beam, and then make a square out of it where your window's going to go.
Okay.
And that way I can weld it to each of the metal beams on the bottom and on top.
Right. But not this wall. This wall stays.
That stays the way it is.
And then this one.
That one has to get the same thing.
Shoot, that kind of stinks, huh? That's okay though, because at least you're figuring out right now before you put up all the other walls.
Yeah, and the rest of the walls, when they make the vela on the bottom, we'll just put the beams up where the windows are going to go.
Okay. Yesterday, they started laying all these bricks, and I feel so bad because they were working on it for a couple hours laying the bricks. And now we have decided, my husband and the workers, that they have to take 2 of these rows, this row here, and then another one over there. They have to take it down a bit, and it looks like, I'm not 100% sure why. It's to support the windows better, but this right here will be where my sink is to do the dishes. So this is okay because I wanted my window just above the sink so I can kind of look out at my animals while I'm doing the dishes. But this window right here, I wanted all of them a little bit lower to the ground because when you're in Mexico and you look at these older haciendas, the windows are a little bit lower to the ground, and I love the way that looks. I think it's so beautiful. I did tell them though they didn't have to take it down. I wouldn't, if the window's up this high, that's okay. But I think they have to anyways, because my husband was explaining they're putting a beam through there or something like that. So I am sure later today we will see it coming together a little bit better. But I'm gonna let them keep working. And it's so funny because my dogs love to sit out here and just watch what they're doing and hang out. But we'll see what's going on a little bit later in the day. I have to go get lunches started now though. Oh, it smells so good. I'm back inside and we are going to be starting with calabacitas, zucchinis, and my whole entire family loves these. So I'm going to start by rinsing them off, and look at how vibrant they are. I really want my husband to start growing some of these in the back. But we are going to start with cutting these up real quick. Then I'm going to steam them in some mantequilla, which is butter. And then I just add a couple other simple things. But the key ingredient to make them so delicious is queso de Oaxaca. Here in Mexico, the queso is so fresh. It has no preservatives, and when cheese doesn't have preservatives, you get it freshly made. It tastes so good. So I encourage you, if you can make cheese at home, try doing it because the taste is so different. And I also love to put a banana pepper in our calabacitas de queso. So let's get started. And this is the last of the zucchini. Next, I'm going to put in the banana pepper. Next, I'm going to use my purple onion. I know they call it red onion, you guys, but it's purple. So I'm going to use the purple onion next. Next, we're going to put in a couple pieces of garlic. Now, I have everything on the stove in my clay pot. The next thing I'm going to do is add some mantequilla, which is butter, and I have this on really low, so I'm gonna mix it, let everything melt, let everything come together really nice. Once I feel like, maybe in about 15 minutes, once I feel like everything's soft and cooked through, then I will add the queso de Oaxaca. So while this is kind of cooking through slowly, I'm gonna get the beans started. And I'm just going to kind of push that butter to the bottom and cover it. I will also add in a little bit of nuestras, but not right this second. I'll probably wait about 5 more minutes so it's a little more heated up. Now for the beans, one of my favorite things to use is this chile oil. I'm gonna tell you guys, I bought about 3 of these to bring back to my mom and my family, and they were topped and everything. And when I got through security, and I was running late, you guys. I was running for my life to get to the next plane that would take me into Michigan, and they took those from me. So I was so sad about it, but I was also so late. They were like, oh, I don't know if we can let it through, and I was like, it's okay. I was like, bring them home, use them, enjoy them. I was like, but I have to get through and get to my plane. But this is what I use. So I'm gonna start with this. I'm also gonna throw in banana pepper, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. Now it's been about 10 minutes. I wait about 10 minutes because I want everything really heated up because I have my nuestras right here and my kosher salt, and I just want it to melt into the food well. So I'm going to just sprinkle all this in and then I will mix it up. And I've actually been using the red nuestras lately. I don't know why, it just tastes extra good. And you're gonna mix that in really, really well. Keep your pan on low once it's mixed in well, and then you're gonna top it again. Now that it's mixed in really well, I'm gonna top it. In about 5 more minutes, I'm gonna put the queso de Oaxaca on top. And then we are gonna get started. And then let's check on the stuff for the beans. Ooh, it smells wonderful. All right, now I'm ready to add in my beans. And once I feel like it's heated up well, I'm gonna add in the nuestras and the salt, same as the zucchinis, and I can see it is heated up from it boiling over there, and I'm gonna just mix it up. Once I feel like the nuestras is mixed in really well and the salt and everything has melted in, then I'm gonna start smushing the beans. I didn't want them too smushed. I wanted to leave a couple of the whole beans this time. But we are gonna let this sit for just a little bit before we start smushing. Now while I wait for the beans to heat up a little more, I'm gonna get started on quesadillas. So next is quesadillas, but these are so fresh, so good. You can see, let me show you. They're really flexible and they're just wonderful. But you can only get them in the morning. For about 2 hours they sell and everybody lines up and gets them. If you don't get your tortillas in the morning, they don't sell corn tortillas packaged here in our rancho. You can get flour tortillas, but you can't get the corn ones. So everybody wakes up early to get them. I'm gonna make quesadillas to go with the lunch. And my girls are just gonna want cheese, but Cristiano's gonna want chicharrones with his. So let's get it started. Now, how I was taught to do it is I put them down on a hot pan first and I let this side heat up. Once it's heated up, I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna put cheese right here. So now that they're all heated, I'm gonna put my queso on top, flip it, put it right here. While these are melting, I am going to start packing up their lunch. I also added the queso de Oaxaca onto the zucchinis and it is melting in. I can't explain to you guys how good this smells right now. It's one of my favorites. So we're gonna start with the little girls first. Scoop of rice. Oh my goodness. Especially when my mother-in-law makes it, it's just wonderful. A scoop of calabacitas con queso, and 3 quesadillas. And that will be for Penelope's lunch. Next is Annabelle. Now Annabelle gets the same exact thing, except she likes salsa on top. And that's one thing, all of my kids love salsa, and it's actually good for you. It has so many vegetables in it. All right, so there's Annabelle's. Now for Cristiano, and I just want to show you, the cheese is melting so well. Oh my goodness. You know Cristiano's gonna want chicharrones, so we are gonna put that into his quesadillas. I wish you could smell this, just so you could know how good it smells. Most of you have probably had chicharrones, but they almost smell like bacon. They're just so good. All right, so I'm gonna give him these. I'm gonna put a little bit of chile on top. And then he won't want anything else. He'll eat rice and beans and everything when he gets home. He'll just want these today. And this is a normal lunch for my kids here in Mexico. Every day it's something a little bit different, but we do make fresh lunch for them every single day. So do all the other moms that bring lunch with me. So you will see them walking down the road right now, but I gotta hurry up because I'm always running a little late. Last but not least, my Louis Vuitton lunch bag. You guys know it's not really Louis Vuitton, but to me it is. This is my favorite bag. Most of the moms in Mexico have one and they use it to get their tortillas or to bring lunch. I didn't have one for the longest time, and I found one at the mercado and I got it right away. So let's pack our lunch. I got everything packed. We are ready to go. Adiós. Okay, lunch is done. I just packed everything back into here and I am walking back. Hey, you didn't go with Abby today? The baby puppy, who is always in the front of our house, normally goes with Abigail in the mornings, but she didn't go with her today. All right, everyone, so I finished cleaning, did all the chores. The kids are already home from school, and we were gonna go to Arandas, but my husband is still super busy with the house. So we are heading out to the plaza because the prepa, which should be the high school, is doing something there. I'm not sure what yet, so I thought it would be fun. Annabelle has a little sparkly powder ball. That's so cute. I thought it would be fun to head up there with the little girls. Cristiano is outside helping his dad, so I'll show you guys that on the way out. Annabelle was getting something from Abby's room and she heard something inside of her quince bouquet, and we had to kind of tear it apart, and it was a cricket.
And the puppy was playing with it. I was like,
It's so funny. All right, let's go find Daddy and Cristiano.
it sounded like when the bunnies are making the nest with
I think it's eating the little cricket right now. What a stinker. There they are.
Hey, be careful because there's a hole right there, okay?
Mom for those things, and she's like, Dad!
Okay, I'm gonna let them keep working on that. It's a lot of work to do, you guys. Annabelle said, look at the moon. Just to show you guys real quick before we head to the plaza, we have this getting done right here, the wall going up in the back. They framed where our ventana will be, our window. And then this is filled in with rock, staircase, bedroom, bedroom. The bathroom is almost filled in, and then they just have one more bedroom to fill in. And my husband said another load of rocks was coming, and our workers don't come on Thursday because they go out to Guadalajara to sell cheese from the rancho. So he wanted to get this filled in so we have more space for rocks. And then some of Abby's quince gravel. And then some of Abby's quince boys from her class might come and help tomorrow. But I think tomorrow all of us are going to have to pitch in and get it done.
Not me. Yeah, so
Not you?
sound, like, easier. I want to be like...
You can do it. I know you can do it.
I come out here every day to see the baby go.
You do. You lovers the baby go. Okay, all right, girls, come on. Let's go. Bye, hon. Love you.
Look at the puppy.
Those puppies are so naughty. I cannot.
Who's my little baby puppies? Who's my little baby puppies? Did they just roll down?
They rolled down.
It's biting on the other guy.
Hang on its tail. It licked your forehead.
Oh, we need to go check on the kikiriki babies. We need to go check on them.
All of these beautiful yellow flowers are in bloom everywhere. They're so pretty.
Right. In November, these always come up for my birthday.
Always. Looks so pretty. Alright, it looks like they're still setting up. So I'm going to go grab something to drink and then I'm going to wait until they're fully set up. We'll try to find a seat.
Well, we should get a seat early.
So beautiful.
Did they sharpen pencils? Look it.
Oh, it's coffee. Come on, Annabelle. Beautiful.
I think they sharpened pencils.
You think so? Oh no, sorry guys, Annabelle found a baby chicken and it almost got hit. Look how beautiful the sunset is. Oh my goodness. It's a blessing we get to see the sunset like that. They say red at night, sailor's delight. That means there won't be any storms, but red in the morning, sailors take warning. And that means if you see red in the morning, there's probably a storm coming. So maybe we're gonna have nice, clear, beautiful weather. Right. Oh, and the first star to the right. Beautiful. That would be amazing.
That's like from
From
Tinkerbell.
Oh yes, Penelope really likes Tinkerbell right now. Tinkerbell is the bested.
Yeah, and I like the pirate.
The pirate fairy, yes, that's a good one too. Oh, she's beautiful.
Who's a good girl? Who's a beautiful baby? You did a beautiful baby.
Oh, look at. She's like, you mean me? Oh, and they got Christmas stuff up. She turned to you.
Who is it?
Pumpkin, that's not our horsey. Annabelle loves horsies just like her mommy. I love horses so much. Most of you already know that, but if you're new to this channel, I will let you know I cannot wait to get a horse. I think it's the speaker from the plaza. It's the speaker from the plaza. Alright guys, we are back home and I am ready to get ready for bed. So if you guys have not already, please like and subscribe. Thank you everybody who loves and supports our family here in beautiful Mexico. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed night. Buenas noches todos.